What's up, guys? Chris from the Nerd Gang here with Brian,
What's up, guys? Super Saiyan Brian, SS Brian.
and we are doing commentary for Rising Phoenix Odyssey Creator Championship winner 2021 Round 1. Brian's Round 1 opponent, just Brian from Team Broskis, playing Set 2 Vegito.
Yep, I'm playing Set 11 Dark Broly, my favorite leader,
The Dank.
the Dank Broly.
Alright, so going into this match, I thought you had advantage right off the bat. Did you feel comfortable when you saw the leader?
So I got into the game around Set 8, so I wasn't familiar with this Vegito leader. So I read his uh, card, and so it was a like Union Patara deck, and I wasn't obviously I didn't get the hand I wanted because I mulliganed 5. But I've been playing Dark Broly a lot recently and just having a lot of fun with it. So I wanted to start off the tournament while it was still fresh.
Alright, in turn 1, Vegito goes first. He charges a blue Goku, and the permanent on the leader makes that blue Goku also count as red and green. The only color that doesn't count as is yellow. But there are yellow Gokus and Vegetas now, that where if you were to play this deck, you could have all colors. And then he just passed to you. There's no turn 1 play.
Yep, I think I had the cards for my usual turn 1 play with this deck, which is I like to be able to play the Broly and Ball in most cases. Sometimes I'll play a Toa, but if I don't have a ball,
Yeah, charging the blocker, which scared me watching the game. But I I trust your hand, and I know that even charging the blocker, you can still cycle so many cards through that deck.
yeah, I can't recall exactly what was in my hand there, but um, yeah, so I hit on 3 of the 30Ks from the leader ability.
Yeah, 3 good targets too.
Yeah,
And there's not really any bad targets, to be honest.
and pretty much once you get one of those guys in the drop, you don't really need them in your hand. And on your awakened side, it's nice to be able to use the combo power,
Yep.
or the cheap combo.
Yeah, he took the damage on that leader swing to go down to 7. And then it's turn 1, Savage Rush with ball. So hard to come back from that, especially when Dark Broly is going second and he's swinging 30k when you're at 1 energy.
Yeah,
Which is very possible as to why he left that up, that 1 active energy, maybe to show a possible negate.
yep, definitely. I don't think he was familiar with Dark Broly's engine, which is just totally unfair and to the to that player because the Dark Broly engine is really
Brutal.
oppressive. Yeah.
Yeah. So you made him warp 1 from hand, and he warped one of his Potara targets. And he took that 30k damage also.
I think at this point I have 4 black cards in the drop. Not past there.
Yep. Yeah, it should be 4 black battle cards and then the ball.
Yeah.
Vegito does awaken at 4, so he doesn't really mind taking those damage, especially since it's not critical. Now he charges a red Goku, which again would count for 3 different colors. Goku could also be used as a negate, but he doesn't get this permanent until 3 or more energy, which would make him a 1-drop.
Be nice if Vegito got cards to Union Batara out of energy with.
Yeah. Yeah, they gave him the stuff from the anniversary box that we'll see in this match, like the 5-drop. But nothing really out of control, and that's what's kind of hard. Why Potara isn't really used is because it has to be on the board. Like you said, if he was able to take out of energy, like Zamasu or like
Future Trunks,
Future Trunks can with
Future
his
Trunks
Vegitos.
with his Vegitos, yeah.
All right, so he swings leader into leader, and his auto is he can mill a card up to 1, and if it's a red card, he gets +5. So he's now 15k for the turn.
Yeah, pretty strong.
Yeah,
Because he
you
wants
immediately took
Goku's
that.
and Vegeta's in the drop.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
good
and I
way.
just take that.
Good way to try to fill up to get double strike on the leader's backside. And yeah, he's just helping you at that point with that attack. Just lets you awaken a turn quicker. And there's the second blocker charge that had me going nuts watching the game live.
Yeah, I made some comment. This is my Broly charge card.
Nice. I see you took life again on that activate.
Yep, activate main leader ability. Take a life. Look it up the top 5 and drop 3 30Ks. And put the rest on the bottom.
Now I see you're peeping them one at a time. Is that just so you can keep certain things in your deck? Like if you hit three good targets, are you gonna stop there or are you gonna keep going?
Yeah, it depends what the targets are. I remember when we talked about this during practice that even if I see a 30k Toa, it might be better to keep going and see a
Like look at
30k
that
Dark
drop
Broly.
right now. We have that drop expanded right now. Like look at all the targets. Like you
Yeah,
have
so that's
three of the SRs and one of the blockers. It's nice.
yeah,
Man.
and there's
So
enough in there to summon one of them.
Yep. And then next turn you'll be able to awaken and start fueling it again.
And the Toa Dark Aura Deluge. That card is probably underrated, I think, now that I've played it a bit. It's not that fearsome. Nobody's going to counterplay that. And it lets you just recycle guys. Because until your leader's awakened, you can't pop your 30Ks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So you need
it's
a way
gonna
to be
sit
able to
on board
recycle
and
them.
just get value.
Yeah. So pop it and play the same one again.
Can't beat that.
Yeah, so leader swing and draw 1. I'm surprised how much this deck draws. Actually, it doesn't. It's not marketed that way actually, but
Right.
it draws a ton.
He did combo out of that Eliter attack. Probably because he knows he's facing down a 30k and possibly another 30k. So by comboing out of that leader attack is a very smart move. Because now if he takes these two 30k attacks, then he's ready to awaken. Which he did just take that one from Ravager.
Yeah, then the Toa activate main. Choose black battle card with 30k and drop it, and then you can choose up to 1 to add it to your hand. So yeah, I took that new promo Mask Saiyan Brainwash No More card just as a emergency negate.
And that's exactly what I was saying in the chat during the game, is that it basically will allow you to, I believe, crit a life and then you'll take no more damage. Is that the way it works?
For the battle. Yeah,
gotcha.
No more damage.
Okay.
That's, yeah. So
you could crit yourself 1 instead of taking a triple strike, let's say.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll take that for 1 black energy, sure.
And basically, in terms of your drop area, that's 2 more cards in your drop because you crit 1 and drop him, as part of that skill. So
and the deck is full of black 30ks, so you're just setting yourself up to summon more.
Yeah, you'll probably drop 1 from your life, and there goes another 30k with the Mask Saiyan.
Mm-hmm. He had to
okay, yeah. So I replayed. Yeah, I replayed the Ravager.
Yeah, actually, it was he warped the Vegito from his drop, and now he has to warp 1 from hand.
It was really the only choice besides the blocker, but
Obviously he warps Merciless Barrage from hand, which it's not going to help him in this matchup.
Poor Yamcha.
Yeah, poor Yamcha.
And then pass, yeah.
Yeah, so that's the play we were talking about earlier, where you did not swing with that 30k because it would just allow him to awaken. You've seen so far that he could awaken himself because the card in his energy, the red Goku, has a
Yeah,
activate main where he could take his own life to summon it from his hand, but it's make him work for it. That was a smart play. Plus you
exactly.
ripped a card from hand, and you don't, like you always say, you don't want to give that card right back sometimes. Like you
Exactly.
play Ravager, you make him warp a card, and then you swing with it and just give him another card back. And you saw he
Hmm.
got rid of a useless card. So here he charges the 7-drop, showing one of the boss monsters of the deck. And you admitted that you didn't really know what the deck did too much. So
No,
seeing
I didn't.
that, he kind of
Yeah,
set himself up for future plays.
yeah. I think that was. Uh, I mean, you have to charge what you have to charge, but
Hmm.
I've I try not to show my boss guy unless I have to, or
Right.
a little trick card I have unless you have to, because
And there
you
we
don't want
go.
them to
He
be able to
he did
read what
just
that
use
is.
he did just use an activate main on that Vegeta to take a life and play that card from his hand for 1 red, which put him in awaken range.
Yep. Yeah, that was smart.
Also, with
But
the green energy that he charged for Vegito, since that is not a Goku or a Vegeta, that does not count as all other energies. It only counts as a green energy. So, as a Vegito player, like I used to be, you would hate when you had to charge something that was not a Goku or Vegeta.
yeah,
And then now he's at 3 energy, so he can play that Goku for 1, and then he awakens. And his awaken is a draw 2. This was actually a leader before you could restand energy on awakens. All leaders were draw 2 on awaken. Now
bit
he
of history there.
swings. Yeah, there you go. He swings leader at leader. Yeah, and what was funny was when the first ones came out that were restand 2 and then became restand 1, draw 1, like nobody liked restand 2 when it was first announced because the game is all about hand size. But then everybody starts playing it, and you're like, oh, okay, this is a play extender now.
Yeah,
And now it's like, I feel like leaders that restand 2 are broken because if you sequence right, you get a whole nother turn after you awaken.
exactly. Yep.
He
Yeah, so I
did
took
he
that
did
life.
swing, yeah. So now that puts you in awaken range. You have no problem taking that damage
Yeah,
because you'll just take it yourself if he doesn't do it to you.
there's a Patara. I don't know why he didn't swing with them first.
Right? They do. The Patara target is played in active mode.
Correct. Yeah.
Now I don't remember off the top of my head. They may have been 9Ks. I know the rescues are 9Ks, so maybe that's why. I'm not sure.
Hmm.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm
But
not sure.
anyway, he Pataras. And it's even a free Patara, which like
Yeah,
he leaves 1 green up. And he passed with 1 green up, sitting behind a card with barrier, which is cool. And I remember saying in the first audio that we recorded for this, and it got corrupted and lost, was that if you had put the demonic absorption in, you could pay 3 to get rid of that barrier card. And it was
yes. Yep.
going into your 3 energy turn, so that was a viable option.
Yeah.
But again,
I
it
don't.
wasn't that big of a threat, and especially since we know what you play this turn anyway, you just shut them down regardless.
Yeah, it's really not fair of a card to be able to do that, but it just works perfectly in this deck. So you have to.
Yep. All right. It looked like you did have the bottom 2 cards there.
Hmm.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Oh
I
no.
missed.
Maybe bottom 1. It looked like. All right. So there's the play.
Yep, the Meki Kabura, the broken card.
So yeah,
He
like
has
I'm even.
deflect, so you can't stop it. So
Yeah.
his auto comes out called the Vegito 7-drop.
Yeah. I even am highlighting the card there in the playback that it says right on it, Vegito cost of 7. So you knew immediately, just call cost 7 Vegito.
Yeah, I got lucky.
And then there was the other
Figuring that
thing
out.
with the
And he pulls the ball.
yep,
Yeah,
Mechacabra
the
pulls the ball
activate main.
too.
And that's a way to free shuffle your deck because you activate main, you add up to 1 ball to hand, so you can bottom cards and then just shuffle your deck again.
Right, and you did have to bottom at least 1 card on that leader check.
Yeah, exactly.
Again, like there, you swing, you draw 1, you awaken, you draw 2. Look at the hand size.
Yeah, it's unexpectedly you have a huge hand with this deck because you're not comboing a lot. You don't need to like spend any combo power.
I'm counting with the mouse there. It's like 13 or 14 cards, and then he has a bunch too. Like as a Vegito player.
Yeah.
There's one of your new additions.
Yep, the Kraken Space Time. So I just played the Gravy, which was also a recent addition. I just had him in my old Tamigra deck, but I mean his ability is really good because he moves 2 back from your warp to your drop when you combo or attack with him, and he goes to your drop. So that's 3 black cards in your drop. Even defensively, can fuel for your next turn. I can't remember why I super comboed more.
Well, you're swinging double strike, and he's at 3.
Yeah, and I saw his, like we were saying, his hand was sizable too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, he says no negates, so, and it's a leader swing, so it's not like something can pop it. But he goes hand size for hand size here, and he starts comboing a bunch of 0 for 5s.
Yeah, I was fine with that actually.
Yeah, it's a decent trade-off, especially when you still have 30k swings you didn't do yet.
I just drew 3 cards on that attack so far, and I can draw another with my leader, and I just spent 3 cards.
Yeah, you replaced the cards.
Or 4, maybe.
Yeah, you drew 2
Did
off
the Gravy
of Vegeta.
disappear there?
It's underneath the Vegeta, which you drew 2 cards off of.
Okay, that's right.
So 15, 25, 35. He's at 45 right now. I believe he needs 5 more, right? Crack is 15?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you're at 45. I remember it took a little bit here. I think he was off on his math. And I believe he takes 1 back here. You allow him to take 1 back, and he combos a 1 for 10 instead.
I do, yeah.
Yeah, if I remember correctly. And listen, like it's a fun game. You let somebody take back, like that's fine. But it's kind of like an unspoken gentlemanly rule. Like, hey, if I happen to need you to let me take 1 back, like remember, I let you take 1 back. Like the unspoken thing.
Yeah.
So not only do you get him to burn a 1 for 10 here, you also get a possible light take back later.
Yeah. That's good. That's true. Who knows?
Yeah, you never know if you need it or not.
And I think at this point I was happy because I knew, he has 3 cards left. I knew one of them was a 0 for 5, basically, when he just swapped it back.
Yeah, because he just put it in his hand, yep. Yeah, so there's a
I think there he goes.
Which, I mean, coming from his side, like, you just called Vegito 7-drop anyway, so he couldn't even play it next turn. Now, you didn't remind him of that, did you?
That he couldn't play the 7?
Yeah.
I think I did at the beginning of his turn, yeah.
Okay. Oh, so you just reiterated your choice of Mechacabra.
If I remember. I don't remember, but he knew he couldn't play it.
Right. It's that looked like activate main on the leader. Sent back 3 and drew 1. And looking at your
11
drop there, yeah, you're set up to do another 30k summon this turn.
Yeah, 10. 10 black battle cards.
Plus your spicy Toa move that you like to pull all the time.
Yep.
Which is fine because that Ravager was summoned last turn, so you can summon another Ravager without a problem.
Yeah.
Alright, he took that one, that 30k swing, with only 3 cards in hand. One of them was at 0 for 5, like you said, so...
Mm-hmm. I think I try to go for game here. I don't want him to be able to draw too much or anything. So sack the Ravager. I take the Demigra.
A good take, even though you can't do anything with it. It's still a 0 for 5 combo.
Yep, it's still a combo if I need it, and hopefully I could. I was thinking maybe I could play it next turn, to just put more pressure, warp a battle card if it was out, and he warp it from his hand when he attacks. Yeah, so another Ravager. At this point, I know he wants Goku's and Vegeta's in his drop, so I think I just could start going after those.
Yeah, because now that he's on his awakened side, you really don't want to have to deal with a double strike leader.
Yeah. I'm with the Meki first, hoping he'll just either take it or spend 5 on it.
Right, but look at your hand size compared to his. Like, even if he can combo out of this Meki, he can't combo out of the 30k. He's tapped out. He can't sparking negate. Like, that was the thing with, like, in there, he just scoops up.
Yeah.
And knowing that you probably still had another 30k summon from drop. I don't remember the exact count. It was 10,
I think I had
right?
3. Well, I did I think I spent them to bring that guy back out, so I had just
And here we had a little slight issue where the rules of the tournament are that you use a different leader for each game. What they actually meant was each best of 3. And so there was a small misunderstanding there. And a scare for you, I bet, seeing Blue Baby hit the board.
Yeah, I'm scared of that deck.
But then just Brian realized that he had finished the best of 3 with the leader. So any sideboard for you?
I did have, let me remember, the cards from the new draft box that punish energy manipulation with counters. So actually that's what I would have. I think I'm running 2 of the black one. And max power, extra Protector of the People, because I'm running 2 Protector of the People.
Gotcha.
Just some negates and stuff. I think an extra Champa, because I'm only running 1 Champa in this deck, actually.
But with the way that first game went, you didn't side anything right here, did you?
Oh, I thought you meant in general.
No, I did mean in general at first, yeah.
Yeah, and in terms of this, no, I didn't change anything.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like I haven't played much with sideboards. I haven't played in many best of 3 formats. But if I win the first game, I might not sideboard at all, depending on how the game went. Like, you won that game convincingly. You were at 4 because you let yourself go to 4. So I really didn't see any reason to change.
Yeah, it felt, he wasn't able to get his Bataras out early, and I think just the pressure built up.
Mm-hmm. All right, so that time you did peep 5.
Yeah, and dropped 2.
And only hit 2.
My hand was not very good in the beginning, and I can't remember when it turned around. But
then,
I
hey,
was a
like
little
you
concerned.
said, with the Mechacabra being able to shuffle your deck, you really don't mind putting stuff at the bottom.
No, you don't.
And I mean, his first turn, he charges blue Vegeta, which would be triple color. This is the ideal play for Vegito. This is another one of the newer cards to the deck. He can pay 1 and discard this card. Lets him basically play 1 Vegeta and 1 Goku from his deck. You can play them in rest mode with their skills negated, but at the end of the turn they go to the drop. So if you don't have a valid Potara target, which I'm not even sure off the top of my head how many free ones there are, the play is kind of dead in the water. It's a hard turn one play because they come in rest mode and because they come in with their skills negated.
Yeah, we definitely talked about this. It was I don't think he read it that forgot that part that they leave at the end of the turn.
Yeah, to be honest, I did not realize it watching the
Yeah, it's
game because I was questioning why the battle cards left at the end of the turn until I reread Polymorphic and saw that that's what it does. He
yeah, they
even
should
lines
put
them
that
up
stuff
here
at the beginning. Yep.
like he's going to Patara, and I think he may have realized that maybe he didn't have a free Patara in hand. But those cards, the Saiyan Duo, are very good targets because they do become 10Ks. Like, not necessarily for Polymorphic to play them out, but if there was other ways to cheat these out, they actually buff each other up to 10Ks. And if you were playing a fusion deck, they are both 1Ks, so they can both be discarded because they have the same power. So they are in rest mode. They cannot attack. He does attack with leader. Mill's 1. It's red, so he gets +5. It's a 15K attack. And that isn't up to Mill, so he wouldn't have to if he didn't want to. And you probably snap take that, yeah. And then there goes the Goku and the Vegeta to the drop.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Yeah, unfortunate is the right word for it because if you have a target for that, that's super good. Like, that's just free, just straight up free. I know you're paying 1, but your turn 2, it would probably be better because you'll pay 1 to get your 2 targets out, and then you can pay 1 to go right into the 5. I believe the 5 costs 1 to Patara. I don't even remember. We just saw it last game.
We just saw it. I think it was free.
That one may have been free, yeah.
And then it's 2 to go into the 7 drop. So on turn 2, you can have the triple strike.
Yep, 2 red to go into the 7. Yep.
So that's pretty good deal.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, you know the deal with combo-oriented decks. Just if you don't have the pieces, it just you kind of miss.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
Yeah.
But when you do have the pieces, you feel like a boss.
Yeah. Alright, so you did your activate and took a life, and then swung and drew a card. It's too much, man. A deck that just spams 30k attackers that also draws all the time is crazy to me.
Crazy.
And he took the damage.
Yep. I think I had just pulled that ball off life or something like that.
Nice.
And play the Ravager from deck. I had to apologize to him for playing this card so much. And I'm sorry.
Well, at least he got used to knowing what it does.
Yeah, it's the best when... I mean, the other guy warps a card from battle.
And
so...
You chose a Goku in the drop, because like you said, you want to mess up his Goku and Vegeta counts.
Yeah, and just drop in general.
He sent a Vegito from his hand. Which that Vegito is a 1-cost Patara.
Swinging in with the big boy.
Yeah, he took that damage. Hard not to.
Oh, and then the Mira.
Yeah, this is a spicy turn 2 play. That is an Overwhelm 7.
I think I had exactly 7. I was excited. I've never played that card.
Yeah, exactly 7.
And I'm only running 1 just as the spice, but it was too good. It's basically free and you draw off of it. So it's basically free, it just uses up your drop. But And here's where I deserve a second chance. I should not have played that super combo.
Yeah, at
and
5,
drawn off of it.
Right, at 5 life, yeah.
Yeah. That was definitely a misplay on my end.
But to be fair, he was at 6 and you were swinging with a double strike. He was probably going to take it anyway. So, like, yeah, you drew 2 cards, but I mean, it's kind of a waste, probably. But again, I don't know because the Vegito deck is a combo deck, so you want to take the pieces to hand. As long as you're not swinging with critical, he's probably going to take the damage, especially to get it to his awaken. Which he did. He charges another tricolor Vegeta, then awakens, draws 2.
I used to like the restand 2 energy leaders better because that's when I started, but I'm starting to like the draw 2s.
Yeah.
Hand size is such an important
Yeah, it really is, but
piece.
again, like, it depends, like, because extending plays is crazy too. So he swings leader at leader, super combos. Bottom 1, draw 2. Like, this tells me he's looking for pieces for his combo because he is swinging 15 at 10. And all it's going to do is let you awaken because you take to go to 4. So he really was just, he was fishing for pieces, and that's one of the struggles with a combo deck.
That untapped shuffling algorithm.
Yeah. And he definitely doesn't have enough in drop for his leader to be double. So it was definitely a snap take. And then when he passed with 2 open energy, I don't think it's possible, but the first thing I thought was Mafuba. I was like, alright, he's going to Mafuba something here.
Yeah, I was expecting some kind of negate.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes sense. Until you got your pieces ready to go, just play defense.
Yeah, you gotta stall till you can get everything put together. Again, you just hit 2 there.
You get spoiled when you hit 3.
Yeah. Especially sometimes when you go 3 for 3. He rested the 1 there like he was going to negate. What I think it was he probably had one of the Goku or Vegeta negates in hand, but they're only cost reduction when you're at 3 energy. So there are 3 drop until you're at 3 energy. Then they become 1 drops.
Gotcha. Yeah, I didn't even know about that card.
Yeah, that's probably what he was saying, because you saw he rested 1 and then he took it back. Like if it was a Oasis coercion or something like that, like he would have still played it. So then he combos because you awaken mid combo.
Yep.
So you had to drop 1.
+2. It's a big boy. Yeah, this deck feels like you have a lot of energy because you don't do a lot with your energy.
Right. Yeah, and he just took that immediately.
Do the same Toa thing. She comes out and can pop him. Take back another 30k.
Now, with your drop this low, will you always take 1 back, or sometimes will you leave it?
Sometimes I would leave it, unless I really intend on playing it, because I think it's more valuable in the drop area.
Yeah. Like there you took the Demigra.
I took the Demigra.
You still have not sent 3 back with your leader. So that would put you at 5. Is the Demigra 5?
He's 5, yep.
Okay, so you do set yourself up to play the Demigra.
Yep, I could play the Demigra here.
You would tap out to play it. So that's a little iffy. Especially when you know what he can do at 3 energy.
Oh, so I do that. Yeah, I send him back and draw a ridiculous bonus. You don't even have to do anything.
Yeah, so you drew for swinging, drew 2 for awakening, drew again for putting 3 back.
Yeah. Okay, I decided to go the safer route, I think.
Now in the chat, we were going, does he have the ball? Does he have the ball? And Zach goes, he doesn't play it if he doesn't have the ball. And then the ball came down, and we ball.
Yeah. No, that's true. I don't play it if I don't have the ball.
Yeah, there's really no reason to. I mean,
There's no
it
reason
can
to.
attack, and it just. I mean, I guess it kind of could be a bait, like if they
It
have
could be a bait.
some kind of removal card.
Well, that's not a bad idea because you can just play it from the drop area by sending 3 other battle cards, black battle cards.
Exactly. Yeah. I would keep that in mind if you're playing somebody with strong counterplays like AOD or Blue Baby. Maybe you could try to bait that out.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that.
But again, if they're a knowledgeable player, they're going to realize that there's no reason to KO that card or send it to the warp because you're just going to recycle it.
Pretty much.
That's what's so hard about this deck. I mean, it limits itself because the Brolys are uniques, but at the same time, you can't get rid of them because they're just going to come back. So it's better off to just try to negate as much as possible, even get a blocker on board just to try to stifle some of the attacks because you're not removing them for good. It's just temporary.
It's demoralizing.
Yeah.
I pretty much only played Ravager. It just...
Yeah, he took that 40k swing.
I don't think I played the Demigrid because, yeah, he warps the card from hand when he attacks, but his hand was sizable too, so
Yeah.
to tap out for that card I don't think was the right move.
Right. No, I agree. Yeah, playing the Savage Rush was a safer play, and then you with the combos and the Broly and the ball going to the drop, you can now play another 6-drop 30k.
Yep, so play Uncontrollable Berserker.
Now this one, he doesn't really do anything when he's played, does he? Or does he wreck the field?
He warps 1 card from field,
Gotcha.
not ignoring barrier.
Okay.
But
so yeah, it's more of just like that's your 30k vanilla.
at this point, yeah,
Yeah.
it's very shiny.
Yeah, it's funny that the one they made
30K
the
vanilla.
SR I feel like is the weakest of all of them.
Everybody, well, a lot of people agree that on the Ravager being the best one. And then,
Yeah.
but it's cool because they do all have a purpose.
Right.
Depending
yeah,
on what
'cause
your
if you're
what your
playing
opponent's
with somebody
doing.
that doesn't have barrier, like that's very strong.
Yeah.
Look at this.
And
Double
here I
gravy.
just,
Double
yeah,
gravy
that's
sending 4 cards from the warp back to the drop. Let's check that
Yes.
count. Look, you're
So
at
that's-
6. You're 1 card short, but the 2 gravies will hit.
yeah.
And once the 2 gravies hit, the gravies aren't 30Ks though. So you wouldn't
No,
be able to
but
get a blocker, right?
to play those cards, they just have to be black battle cards.
Oh, okay.
So
nice. So they don't
gravies
even have
count,
to be 30Ks.
super combos count. Yeah, they don't
Cool.
have to be 30Ks.
And he took that 40k swing. Again, not fair. So he
Not
goes
fair.
down to 1. You do have 8 in the drop. And there you go, playing the blocker.
Yeah, so I believe this would have been my 4th Dark Broly swing on this turn.
Yeah, 2 Ravager swings, 1 Berserker swing, 1 blocker swing.
And a leader swing.
Yeah. Now he plays 2 for Topo. Now, we were talking, he had to have just ripped that off life. And that sucks.
Yeah, it's
Because
definitely...
he just faced down all those attacks. If only the algorithm of shuffling had given him a different order to take life, like he could have sustained this turn and stayed at 4 or 3. I think he was at 4 coming into this turn. That hurts so much. It gives him a 20k body, and you're showing a possible negate, but you did lose your blocker on the swing.
Yes, yep. I really figured he had no negates, or
Yeah, he had to have just pulled it off.
he had to have just gotten
That's
that.
what kept him alive. So he charges another blue Vegeta, which would be tricolor.
Topo.
All right, so he
of jo-
summons the Goku Resolve and the Vegeta Resolve for one each because of their permanent. When you have 3
that's
energy,
right.
they become 1-drops.
Yeah, that's right.
Now he Patara right into them. And again, I
But
forgot to look to see if they were 9Ks. Even here, if they were 10s, like
it doesn't. Yeah,
he
at this
wouldn't want to
point,
combo up. Yeah.
no.
All right, so he swings leader at leader.
Sensu.
Beans. I
Yep.
assume he beamed the leader here to go up to 20.
I can't remember. Let's see what I combo to.
Yeah, you combo the blocker in rest
Well,
mode and the
20.
Ravager in
Yeah.
rest mode.
Okay. Yep. So it must have been the leader. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that ability should be a once per turn because it is not fair to just empty your field and then resummon everything for free, getting their own play effects. I don't like it. I don't like it
I
at
could,
all.
I could, I could see why you'd feel that way.
You know what? I'm gonna build your exact deck and play it against you one time and make you feel the pain.
I know it's so like good decks are good decks, but they're not fun
Yeah.
to not play.
Alright, so then he pays 2 red because the Vegetas are tricolor
Yep.
to play a 7 from hand on top.
Yes. Yeah, because you can't play Mecha Keyboard on back-to-back turns.
Now at this point in the game, on the original live playing of the game, we were confused in our chat about the summoning of the Goku and the Vegeta because the activate main lets you pay a red, but you have to take a life. So being at 1, he would have lost the game twice there, and then it was made clear just there. You can see in the chat from Just Brian that he reduced the cost because he's at 3 energy, so he didn't need to take a life.
Yeah. Didn't read the top part of the card.
Yeah, overlooked.
I mean,
permanent.
he and I were fine in our game chat. And then when we saw that pop up in the Untap chat, I was like, no, I agree with you, man. They says reduce the cost of their energy. So
Yep. And then there's the apology.
yeah,
All right, so this 7-drop triple strike, when it's played, it's gonna take a card from your field, card from your hand, put them in the drop, and they draw 2. And then if he were to summon this earlier, he could take 2 life also. But obviously, not going to do that now. Because like we said earlier, you could play this on turn 2.
yeah.
But against Dark Broly on turn 2, you're already in danger anyway. So now I believe he was supposed to choose the card in hand. Did he choose the card in hand, or did
He
you?
did. Yes,
Okay,
he did.
so he just told you
Yep.
like which one to drop.
If you see in the chat, he did shake it. He requested that it be dropped.
Gotcha. And then he draws 2. So now the topo coming in is 20k base.
I mean, he had a path to victory here, actually.
Yeah, because well, right here you're looking at a 20, so you need to drop 2 cards. Now you need to drop 3 cards.
Yeah, I mean, his
4
hand was
cards.
fat.
Right. He might have went a little too hard here, but he needed you to take this because the Vegito is showing lethal on board as a triple striker.
Yeah,
So
and he's got plenty in hand.
Yeah, I do get comboing up to 35 here. He needed to guarantee that you took this life. But you are showing one up. So I mean that's power burst, that's protector of the people, like it's even a Mass Saiyan from hand to just crit yourself 1 instead of taking the triple. Which is a plus of keeping yourself at a higher life total, even though you're awakened. You're still at 3, you're able to, if you had that card in hand, crit 1. You can see it in your energy there.
I can't remember if I had it in hand or not.
I know you power burst here.
Yeah, I used
remember
power
it.
burst.
I remember it clearly. I was like, oh, he's got the negate. Checking
Yeah.
his drop, just seeing like I don't think there's anything you could do.
For some
Like,
reason,
once that attack was negated, you add back a Savage Rush to restart the chain. He had to pass. He's tapped out. He's at 1. You already have a 30K on board.
Yeah, he and I were talking that it was like a Hail Mary swing.
Yeah, I agree. He had to
But
do
you
it.
had to,
Yeah,
of
there's
course.
no reason
You
not
have
to.
to. You didn't negate Topo,
Yeah,
so I
and
mean you
look,
had
you
to.
even charge. I guess better safe than sorry, right?
Better safe than sorry. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. I
Yeah,
was
I mean
just
he's tapped out and he's at 1.
yeah.
Like, but hey, you never know. You only saw 1 super combo so far, so it's possible he has the other 3 in hand, or draws into them off of 1.
I think I've been cheated out of games at the last second by card abilities that I don't read.
Yeah, too many
My
times it
opponent's
happens.
cards
So
too many
yep,
times.
so it's better to play it safe. Yeah,
I always get shy when I'm about to when I think I could go for game. I still get shy, and I'm just like, well, let me just do it, uh, procedurally.
yep, yeah, and I agree with that play. And there he just takes right on the leader swing because he knew what was potentially coming. Because you could summon a Demigra, send stuff back to drop, combo something, summon another 6-drop 30K for free. Like it's tough to put up with that.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah. Good game though. 2-0. You'll move on in the winners bracket. And any final thoughts on the deck since you can't play it again?
Yeah, I really wish I could keep playing this, but it'll be definitely fun to try out some other decks and wonder what's coming at you. It was a great game with Just Brian. Check out Team Broskis.
Yeah, we'll
They're
throw a
making
link in
some
the
content.
description for sure.
Yep. Yeah, it was a cool game. Got to see an old leader with some of the new support cards from the anniversary box. So yeah, it's been a fun event so far.
So, just looking at Dark Broly as a whole, any changes that you're going to make to your Dark Broly deck that you did not have in this game?
Well, I've got my eye on that 7-drop red and black Dark Broly from the Toa deck that's coming out. So
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna
that's nice.
experiment with that.
What's the spicy play? Do we want to reveal the spicy play to
I
YouTube,
don't.
no? Let's hold on to it. Let's
Well,
not talk about it. Let's not
okay,
talk
yeah.
about it. No. All right. So
All right, cool.
this was our re-recording of commentary, and hope to be back. Where Brian is continuing on in the winners bracket. I was knocked down to the losers bracket. We're both still alive. It's double elimination, and we want to say thank you to Rising Phoenix Odyssey for organizing the tournament, and thank you to Brian for playing 2-0 against just Brian from Team Broskis. Shout out to Team Broskis. And we'll see you guys for round 2.
Yeah. Peace.